Now, I was tagged in a tweet recently by a guy called Ernest Malley, an Australian, who regularly posts material about about the militia units, the Australian military forces. And one of the things that he posted is a citation for a Sgt Longhurst of the 2nd Australian Machine Gun Battalion, a unit that I've read a bit about. I have a copy of their unit history in the collection, and generally quite interested. But this citation is something I hadn't come across before. Ernest asked the question, what was going on here? Because it talks about him actually picking up the gun and tripod all together and taking on Italian tanks that were travelling towards him. So this video is to try and understand that a little bit more and try a bit of physical research, and hopefully you'll find it interesting. Sgt Longhurst is the guy with no shirt on here. I'm clearly no replacement for him, but I'll give it my best shot. So the citation reads, on 10th of July 1942, at a position approximately 500 yards west of Talalisa Station, Sgt Longhurst was acting platoon sergeant at No. 3 Platoon A Company, 2nd Australian Machine Gun Battalion. Basically, they're under attack from tanks, and he'd already tried to knock out one of the tanks with a sticky bomb, an ST grenade. He'd failed to catch that, and one of the tanks was knocked out and the crew attempted to run away. Sgt Longhurst endeavoured to shoot them with an MG, but they were behind a small ridge and he could not get his sights on them. So he lifted the gun and tripod, stood up and brought fire to bear on them. They promptly surrendered. His action in dealing with the tanks gave all the members of the platoon great confidence and contempt for the enemy tanks, for which he was awarded the MM. So I decided to do a little bit more research than just the citation that Ernest had kindly shared, and look at the war diaries held by the Australian War Memorial. As expected, the War Diary supports the action. You can read all this on the Australian War Memorial's website. It's really easily accessed. But it does talk about a Private Salms who assists Longhurst. And it's interesting to see him mentioned because he isn't talked about anywhere else. And the recommendation is also there from Lieutenant Colonel MacArthur Onslow, the commanding officer of the battalion. Those that know the characteristics of the Vickers will know this. It's quite heavy. It's not a heavy machine gun, still medium machine gun, but it is a heavy machine gun. So 30 pounds without water. I haven't got water in the gun that we'll be using today. Longhurst probably did, so say 40 pounds there. He might have been at the end of ammunition belt, we don't know. But the tripod's 50 pounds. An ammunition box full is 22 pounds. It's a few pounds on this one because of the belt box carrier. Let's round it all out to about 100 pounds in total. With or without water, not quite clear. It might have been an extra 10 pounds there, but 45 kilograms in modern parlance, a significant weight to pick up. So you'll see in the videos that follow my attempts at doing so. There you go. I got a quick stoppage because it fouled on the ammunition belt box liner. You can see from this different angle that I'm able to get my fingers under the cross piece, get my arm under the front of the gun and fire it while moving. So entirely feasible. This is, there's no shoulder stock or anything like that or pistol grip. This is how you would have done it. We fitted with the belt box carrier because I thought it might make life easier, but actually the liner, it's fouling on this stripless ammunition belt. But you can see how it is working. You are able to do some bursts from it, able to get the fingers underneath the cross piece there and support the weight of the gun. Now, in the looking through the war diaries, I noticed this Private Salms was mentioned to help, and I wonder if he was helping to feed the ammunition. As you can see, much better feed when you had a number 2. Sadly, the war didn't end well for Sgt Longhurst. He was killed in Bougainville in 1945 in the Pacific. He was commissioned and he was killed with a militia battalion. Ernest put this up in one of the replies to that original thread, and it was quite a sad end, really, having been intrigued by the machine gun story, to find out that such a tough guy was killed. He won the MM for for picking up a £100 machine gun and firing it on Italian troops, and basically giving that huge confidence to the platoon. So really interesting story to do some more research into, and I hope you've enjoyed learning about it as much as we did putting it together. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Please support us on Patreon if you're able to, and let us know of anything you'd like to see in the future. I look forward to hearing from you.